tear in my beer, 'cause I'm crying for you, dear. You are on my lonely mind.
Guys, it's Ubeda here with HighLine Executives, and today we have a special guest with us, man. What is your name and what do you do, brother?
My name is Courtney Scott. I'm the Cowboy Marketer, and I do marketing for real estate investors, e-com brands, and all over through and through.
Awesome, man. And tell me a little bit about how you started and how you got into it in the beginning.
Oh, man, how I started. I was in high school, and I started drop shipping.
Nice.
Yeah, I was drop shipping at 18, 19 years old, and I made 90 grand in like 8 months.
Oh, wow.
So I had my Shopify dashboard up, and my teacher walked past and was like, hey, what's that? And I was like, yeah, this is how much I just made off Shopify. This is how much I made drop shipping. And she was like, that's more than I made in 2 years. Right then and there, I said, I'm not going to college. So I failed my SATs on purpose and everything. I literally put C on everything. And I was like, all right, I'm going all in on marketing. Fell on my head for 3-4 years straight, but then I ended up figuring it out.
Nice, man. I love it. And over here at HighLine Executives, we have a channel where basically we try to help people gain insight on, how to basically have the right pathway within business, right? So in taking us back to when you were doing your store, how did you come to do that, man? Did you buy a course, or how did you make 90 grand doing drop shipping? I want to hear that story.
This literally YouTube University.
YouTube University.
Everything. I didn't spend not a dime on the course until I got to the level where I was like, all right, I needed help with something in particular. So if I went and got a course, it was like how to optimize ads. I would go and look and see how to optimize ads. Because as of right now, it's a lot of information online. So someone look up how to run Facebook ads right now. There's probably 10, 20,000 videos about how to set up a Facebook ad account. Yeah. So you know how to do it, but how to optimize. What are everybody's different tactics? That's when I started to start investing in courses.
Oh, wow.
So for the surface level stuff, it was just like, I'm checking everything out on YouTube.
Yeah. Very easy, very straightforward. Yeah. Nice. And then after you found that information, you just kind of put it to work, and you kind of just I also did dropshipping as well when I was that age as well. I remember that time, man. That time was very
Ty Lopez.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Ty Lopez was popping, man. And at that time actually it was a very saturated, but if you were smart and if you knew how to run ads and if you found that winning product, right? Yeah. Then you would make it. Yeah. So now that it's passed, do you mind dropping your winning product? What was your winning product? We always like asking this question to drop shippers, man.
So my winning product. So I didn't do like a winning product because I wasn't testing different products. Okay. What I was doing, I feel like if it's a trend and you're figuring out it's a trend, you're already too late because the person that started it have made all the money. Yeah. So like everybody that bought Bitcoin, 10, 20 years ago, however long it was, they made all the money. Now it's a trend. Now everybody's, it was just 80K, then it went to 100K. Those guys still made money. Exactly. But the guys bought it when it was $1,000. They made a lot more money. Yeah. So what I did was I created a brand with it, and I was selling. I never smoked marijuana, but I knew potheads. My whole family were potheads. Oh yeah. And potheads are loyal. Oh yeah. They're not loyal to nothing but their weed. Loyal customers. So I started, literally, and I was just selling merchandise to potheads, like with weed logo on. It's like, hey, I'm probably high right now, and just kind of. I was doing print on demand and drop shipping. So I made a brand around marijuana because I was around it, but I never smoked.
Nice. Awesome. So tell me, how did you delve into the industry of wholesaling and real estate?
So when I got into that, I tried it. So at the time, you try a lot of different things and you always trying to chase like 2, 3, 4, 5 rabbits and see what gets you richer faster. Yeah. So I've done drop shipping, print on demand. At this time, I've done marketing, tried to start a marketing agency, did wholesaling. So around this, all around the same time. And I got enough eviction notices like, hey, let me just focus on one. Yeah. And when I tried the wholesale, when I first tried to wholesale, I wanted to put up bandit signs. Me and a buddy of mine, we were drawing out, like we buy houses, putting our numbers and stuff on them, putting them out in East Lansing, because at the time I stayed in Michigan. Oh, wow. So we was putting them out in East Lansing. Dude, we go there the next day and they were gone. No way. And then we're trying to cold call homeowners and things like that. It was just a terrible, brutal experience. Yeah.
Dead awesome. So, and then how did you kind of take it up a step a notch, from that at that time? Take us through the story,
Dude, I heard this quote. I really hope, I kind of should have looked it up because I don't know who I heard it from or who it originally came from. I see a lot of people saying it. Yeah. I think Brad Lee said it at the time. He was like, if you want to make a lot of money, make a lot of people a lot of money. So if I want to say, hey, I'll make you $1 million. If I want to make $1 million, my goal is, can you give me 10% if I make you $1 million? Can he give me 10% if I make $1 million? Can she, and I make 10 people $1 million, I'm gonna be a millionaire. So I just look at it that way.
Getting a piece of the pie, right?
Yeah, I get a piece of the pie.
Exactly. Awesome. And now one thing in real estate right now that's happening is that there's a common misconception that they say real estate's too saturated to get into. What's your advice to somebody that wants to get into real estate now, at this day and age in 2025, new year,
It depends on what type of real estate. What real estate we're talking?
We talking wholesaling, yeah, man.
Okay, so
so I guess let me restructure the question.
Okay.
Is wholesaling dead in 2025?
Oh, no. There's clients making lots of money. I got clients that are making multi, 7 figures. You can do really, really well with it if you know what to do with it. But if I was to give anybody tips, I would say it's probably like it's really hard. It's stressful. Like I picked up the phone and I was dialing. I was putting up abandoned signs, and you have to go through that. A lot of people try to skip that process and come and hire somebody like me to run their ads. That's not the case.
Yeah.
You need to actually go through those no's, learn sales, develop sales, and then you go from there.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. That's one of the things when I was starting as well, man. I was out there doing probate properties, So I got the probate list, and I was out there trying to find, dialing through 1,000 phone calls every month, just trying to figure out how to find one distressed property that I can buy and get under contract and find an investor and sell and get commissioned out, right? That's the process, right?
Yeah.
So, but it was a lot of work and a lot of time that you had to put into it, so it was very hard. Now, what is your mentality when it comes to marketing? Right. What is your outlook on marketing? Do you focus on ads? Do you focus on creatives? Like, talk a little bit about marketing.
So I focus on ads. So my biggest thing, my bread and butter is ads. And I think all of that is on the same tree, the same marketing tree. So you got to have the right creatives. You got to have the right copy. You have to know exactly the right audience, right? You have to do all of it. What we're really good at on our side is that we're super creative. Like we're just, no one can beat our creativity. And so how can you add creativity with also my message? Because I can post me on the back of a cow, and say, hey, I do marketing, right? That'd be great. But how can I portray exactly what I'm trying to sell and add some creativity to it so I can kind of entertain you and be targeting you at the same time?
Nice. Awesome, man. So you kind of have the full scope of it then, essentially, right?
Oh, yeah.
What are kind of when somebody's trying to get into marketing, right? Because now in 2025, almost everything is on social media, right?
Yeah.
So what is your tip in order to one person that's trying to promote their business? Let's just say somebody started like a car wash. Okay. They started a small car wash or a detailing business, right?
Okay.
What's your best advice to them how to, market themselves?
I think there's a couple of different ways. For one, the average person sees 40,000 ads a day. Wow. So you have to stand out. Like you remember the last 3 ads you've seen?
God, man, I don't even know. It's probably just like some regular content.
Yeah.
I thought at least.
You know what I mean? So it's like you don't even remember their name. So like a good marketer, you probably would have stood out to them, right? So I would say focus on standing out, which is that's why we're super creative. Because if you see one of my ads, you can be like, hey, that's that guy Cowboy. So if I go out to an event and say, dude, I've seen your ads before. I saw your Matrix ad. I've seen your bank robbery ads. I've seen all these cool ads you've done, and that basically adds to the brand because they're like, dude, you're doing high level stuff. So you must be high level.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you started a car wash though, I mean not car wash or detailing
business, yeah.
Literally just do Google call now ads.
Google call now.
Yeah, literally because me, for instance, and this is speaking from experience, I literally went to Google and I was like, hey, I need my truck detailed. Yeah. Some 18-year-old kid, he was running some ads, dude. I called him.
Smart.
Yeah, dude. He was an 18-year-old kid. It was 2 of them. One was from Europe somewhere. Yeah. And they kind of partnered up together for the summer. And now these guys go and they pick up my truck and they go and take the truck to their house and they detail it. And I'm like, dude. And I pay him, I think like $200 or something like that, $200-$300. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, just because he had an ad and I'm a repeat customer for him. Yeah. But also because he had content. Yeah. So in order for him to get my truck, I got a nice truck, semi-nice truck. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, I got to be able to trust these guys. So I went to his Instagram. Okay, I saw him detail Lamborghini. I saw him detail G6. And I just see him detail a lot of high-level cars. So I'm like, all right, I trust you with my truck.
Credible.
So I think you should, both of them go hand in hand.
Exactly. Makes sense. Cool. That's a really good tip, man. If somebody's starting a business, man, you killed it. And now looking into the scope of marketing, right? Is marketing dead? Because I remember there was a point in time where there was a lot of social media marketing agencies where you would go there and you would pay them for ads. They would say, oh, I'll do this and this and this and this for you, but none of the ads would convert.
Yep.
So there's no conversions and you're spending like thousands of dollars,
Yep.
So what's the word with those, like
I think it's so easy
thoughts?
to start a social media marketing agency. Like literally, like anybody watching this video right now, they can just go and say social media marketing agency and just say, pay me some money, I'll run your ads for you.
Yeah.
It's that easy. So you get a lot of people don't have the proof of concept. They haven't managed that much money. So they don't know. So it's like, hey, let me put ads up right away. But your conversion suck on your website.
Yeah.
So if your conversion is a 1%, that means your cost per link click is $10 or let's say $20. If we was going off $10, that means you will have to spend to get 100 people on your website, let's say $1,000.
Yeah.
Just to get one person to potentially go to the next step.
Makes sense.
But if your conversion rate was at 10%, now you're getting 10 people to go to the next step. So no matter how much traffic you send, how qualified the traffic is that you send, if your conversion rate sucks on your website, you're stuck. So it's like, I can do your ads, but I'm not focusing on the conversion rate. Yeah. That's what I used to do in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And now looking at it this way, now it's all got to be the full scope of things. You have to add the email marketing to get the order bumps. You got to add like the conversion rate optimizations. You have to do so much more now. And there's so much competition. So if you're new to it, you're going to start off have to do so much more for so much less till you get that proof of concept. Yeah. Once I got that proof of concept, then I can go in and start charging the premium prices.
So it basically operates the same way as a business does.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that all of the operations in the business are operating at full capacity.
Yep.
So that the final product can be the best, right?
Yes.
Essentially, right?
Yeah.
So and now tell me about your mentality getting into it, right? We talked a little bit about business, about your startup a little bit. Let's kind of get into like the mindset and the mentality that you have in order to achieve this, man. Because making $90,000 at 18 is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no regular person gonna be achieving that, you know, with the regular, So tell me the kind of sacrifices that you had to make, or the mentality that you had coming up.
The mentality I had coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. I was a bad kid. So it's kind of like the equivalent of the question you asked me, like, who was I in high school?
Exactly.
I was the bad kid in high school, the class clown, the guy that wanted to joke with everybody, try to be a ladies' man. I was just like a jokester, dude. I don't think I was doing that good in school. I was always smart, but, you just be bad because, not having the pops. I think the people that don't have a dad, they try to prove themselves as a man. Like, if you were to ask me, this is just my opinion, guys, don't cancel me. I think, like, when people don't have dads, like, when men don't have dads specifically, I think what they try to do is try to prove themselves being a man by going to see who can do the most tough shit, which is 9 times out of 10 some bad stuff, or who can get the most women. And they have those two levels right there to say, this qualifies me as being a man, so they do that over and over. And I fell into that. I kind of fell into the ecosystem. However, then Ty Lopez came out, and from Ty Lopez, I saw Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah.
And I went to one of these chambers of commerce. This is what flipped the switch for me. It was a chamber of commerce in Lansing, Michigan. I went there. This was my first time going to something like fine dining, and they bought literally what switched my mentality was how they brought me a salad. Like, it was just I'm pretty sure the salad, like, now tasting salad, it wasn't even that good, but the presentation. Yeah. So you pay for the presentation of everything. Yeah. So they brought it. I had like four spoons, 4 forks. I was like, what the heck is all this stuff? I don't know what to use. And everybody at the table, because you had to sit like a table around 8 people, and everybody was doing volume, and everybody was talking about, I own this business, I own this business. I remember me going out there. I think I cried on the phone to my mom and told her this is what I want to do. Yeah. And everybody was dressed up. I had a bright pink, because it was the only nice thing I had. I had a bright pink polo shirt.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, a bright pink polo shirt. So that switched my mindset to say, this is what I want to do. And then that's how I found Ty Lopez, Patrick Bet-David. I went to one of the first Valuetainment events.
Wow.
In Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
Literally the first one he did.
When he was selling life insurance, right?
Yeah, he was selling life insurance. Yep.
Yeah, he had that company. Yeah.
Yeah, PHP. Yep.
Yeah,
so
PHP.
I went there, got a picture with him, met him. I was like, all right. He was in Dallas, so I'm like, I'm moving to Texas, but I'm not moving to Dallas. So I'm a big people person. So I was like, 2 million people, Houston, that's where it's at. All right, awesome. And I move on down here.
That's what brought you to Houston.
Literally,
awesome,
6 years ago now.
So just kind of backtrack a little bit. Essentially, what kind of inspired you was that you kind of put yourself in the environment of seeing that it's a possibility to actually make something happen, right?
Yeah.
In the first place, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe it, then how's it going to happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Literally.
So I love that, man. Now, my next question is, in terms of mindset, right? Now, on the same topic, when you started your businesses, right, and you kind of were getting in the gist of it, right?
Yep.
What kind of things did you have to cut out, in terms of your free time? Did you lose a lot of friends along the way? Did you have to cut off your like gaming, certain things at sometimes, because
these are really good questions. This is a great, dude, you asking some deep questions. But I can see why you're asking it for the audience. So that's why I love it.
Of course.
100%. So I did had to cut off gaming. I was like, during COVID, I was making $10K a month during COVID, right? And I was top 3,000 in the world for Warzone. Top 3,000. I used to play 8-10 hours a day. If I was to go back and I can look at my playtime, I would. But I was top 3,000 in the world. So I was in kills. Because I'm always kill racing. Won money off of it, made a lot of bets.
What do you play, duos or like just
quads? I'll play single quads and I just go crazy. All my friends used to tell me, hey, you should stream because you're good and you're funny. Because I get on there and I can crack some jokes.
Yeah.
So I just never did it. But the moment I was like, all right, I'm done playing the game, when it started making millions. So I was like, because I was spending so much time, and I saw a post when Patrick Bet David, again, this guy here. Yeah, I got to pay this guy for some coaching because he didn't coach me literally just by watching his videos.
Yeah.
And when I seen one of the posts that he had made about me playing the game so much and about COVID during the time, and he was like, there's gonna be some people at the end of COVID. They could have learned a different language. They could have learned how to play a guitar. They could have learned another set of skills, but they chose not to do anything because everybody was getting paid those checks, the stimulus bonuses or whatever. Everybody was, the PPP loan came out, so everybody was finding different ways to make money, but nobody developed any skills. So I was like, dude, my skill is I'm being really good at this game. I don't see myself being a streamer, so why am I just honing in my skills and getting all these kills every game?
Yeah.
So I literally just said, forget it. I literally packed that Xbox up at the time I was playing Xbox.
Yeah.
Now I got a PlayStation.
PS4.
Now I got a PS5. So I was playing.
I'm staying loyal to Xbox, man. Okay.
Shit. You're gonna switch over one of these days.
Hey man, we'll see.
But no, man, I had put it up, and when I put it up, I never touched it, and I just threw it away.
Yeah.
So I eventually threw it away. I put it up, and I haven't played. And I literally within 6 months, and I started reading more and doing things like that. Started making 100K a month.
I love it, man. And so, what do you think is the most effective source of information that you have accumulated over the time? Because there's all these kinds of information that we can access, right? We have YouTube, we have books. What would you say is the most effective that kind of helped you kind of pick up? Because and also at the same time, at this day and age, a lot of people are very distracted. We have short attention spans, as you know, in ads, dude. That first 3-second window, you got to catch them. You got to get that hook.
Exactly.
So what's your way of kind of retaining all that information? Because for some people as well, it's also just experience. Some people just say, I just jumped into it and figured it out.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the most effective one for you?
Hiring a coach. Yeah, I think because eventually, every time I hired a coach, I got exactly what I needed, because I wasn't hiring a coach for anything hey, just help me run my business. I wouldn't go to someone and say, hey, help me run my business. No, it's in the phase I'm in now, I'm big into Alex Mosey, because now I'm in the point of scaling businesses, right? And he's done that over and over again. Wow. But at the point of 2 years ago or a year ago, I was into sales. So I was hiring sales coaches, spent $100,000 a year on just sales coaches alone. And because I needed to get better at sales. Then before that, I did a little bit about marketing, bought some courses about marketing on how to optimize. So I didn't buy a course on how to run Facebook ads. I bought a course on how to scale Facebook ads. I didn't buy a course on how to learn sales. I bought a course on how to hone in my sales. And every time I hired that coach for whatever amount of money it was for exactly what I needed it for. Wow. And one coach, I hired him for 3 months. I got it in 2. I still paid him for the 3rd month, and I was like, I'm gone. Wow. Because now it's just time. So I knew exactly what I needed to do, and I just went on from there.
Exactly. So as you go, pretty much as you go in business, you kind of find the right people to delegate for the right operations, right? Yeah. Essentially. Yeah. Makes sense. And that's one of the things is that a lot of people are they start and they kind of have this thing of oh shoot, I don't even know where to start. And it's damn. Yeah. But what's your advice to people that are kind of confused in a way and are kind of I don't know where to start. Where does a brand new entrepreneur start?
Where do you start, man? Honestly, I say this: if you're gonna start, know there's a 90% chance you're gonna fail. So I'm going from a different angle. I like that. It's a 90% chance you're gonna fail within 5 years, because the average small business go out of business in 5 years, 90% chance.
They don't even last 2.
Yeah, some don't even last 2. Exactly. Yeah. Then after that 5 years, the ones that lasted, 90% of those go out of business. So it's it's really hard, and after that you're probably somewhat successful. Yeah. So it's whatever you're gonna do, whatever you decide to do, you could drop ship, you could do a marketing agency, you can go and start, you mani pedicure or some eyelash company, print on demand, you can make shirts, whatever you're gonna do, there's a 90% chance you're gonna fail. And if you're insane enough to say you like those odds, you can do whatever, you're gonna win. Just as long as you stay consistent, because consistency is literally just consistency over and over again, because I guarantee you're gonna fail. Like you're gonna fail a lot. Only, but they're saying you only really fail when you quit.
Exactly, you only fail when you quit.
Yeah,
and that's also one of the things that I tell people about day trading as well, man.
Yeah,
the game of options is the same way. People get in, and 98% of people fail.
Yeah,
because they don't understand that it's a 4-year process for you to actually become a successful trader.
Yeah,
so people get in it, they blow their money, they probably gamble it a little bit, buy some GameStop, AMC, hope it goes up. You know how that is, right?
Yeah,
but those people don't last in the game because they're in it for like the quick money,
Yeah.
But take me through the process of basically when somebody starts a business, right? They're expecting to have a monetary return instantly, right? Tell me about the amount of work that you put in from the beginning, man, that you did not get instant return, instant gratification to you.
Man, dude, amount of work I put in at the time when I made the 90K. So literally, dude, I probably was working 80 hours a week. I was probably going to school probably 3 hours a day. Because I went to one of those alternative schools. So it was one of those bad schools where you come and leave on your own time.
Bad kid, huh?
Yeah. So I went to one of those schools, and you can come to school whenever you want, leave whenever you want. They didn't care. So I'll get in there and try to do 8 hours of work in 3 hours or 2 hours and get lunch and then leave and go to work. Because I was 18 at the time, and I was going to work like a full-time factory job doing 12 hours. Wow. And then so it was insane. It was, but I loved it. So I was doing that to supply my ad spend. So I see a lot of people say, hey, just quit your job. Dude, I don't know about that, because you're going to need money for ads. You're going to need money for trading. You're going to need money for everything. So whatever kind of business you want, like that you have, you're going to need some sort of money for it. So I say.
So don't. So like that's the thing. They say quit. You want to become an entrepreneur, quit your job.
Oh, no. No, I think it's crazy. Like people ask me if I was to start over, I'd do entrepreneurship again, but I strongly consider being a sales rep, because they don't take no risk. All you do, they pay for all your marketing, they set up all the systems, they give you all the training, all the coaching. Like I got some guys that used to work for me, they're making 20, 30 grand a month.
Wow.
Their second year as a sales guy. Wow. Dude, it took me 5 years to make 100 grand a month. Wow. And I'm like, that's way more risk, way more having those hard conversations, and all he got to do is just close a deal, hand it to the next person. Boom. That's it. So I would consider being a sales rep. Yeah,
in sales. And what kind of things does sales teach you, do you think? Like what kind of
how to talk. And I love that you said that. Yeah. I think the biggest thing, because everybody say you need sales because just sell yourself, right? Yeah. That's the most important thing. You need to sell yourself. And I say marketing, this is how, because I don't know your take on this. Yeah. I love telling entrepreneurs this. Marketing is 100% like more important than sales. I tell every marketing, yes, 1,000%. Even when, because everybody use that analogy, like if you're a single man and you're looking for a woman, you got to be able to sell yourself on it. Yeah. Okay. But what if you got on busted up shoes and you got a hole in your jacket and you're not looking right? How you? That's marketing. So what you wear to go and approach her is marketing. But what you say is sales. So like what's more important? Like I don't care how good and a whiz you are with your words, but if you looking beat up, you got a crop top on, your belly sticking out, you ain't marketing yourself well. So you could be the nicest talker, slick tongue and everything that you want, but you're probably not gonna
close the deal. That's interesting. I mean, yes, I guess that's a good perspective, that now that you said that. But I mean, the reason why they say that sales is the first thing is you're right, because it's easy. You gotta know how to talk, right? You gotta know how to sell yourself. Oh yeah. You gotta kind of make them perceive you in a different way, right? Yeah. So that is an interesting take, and I mean, I guess I can let you take this one, man. But hey, look, let's go, man. Let's go. Marketing that is true. Your first impression, man. It's just like you said, when you hear about a woman seeing a guy or a guy seeing a woman, it's like love at first sight. Like, damn, it's love at first sight.
His marketing is good,
and that's before there's any like sales going on, right? Yeah. So that is true. That's a good point.
And if we take it to business, far as in a step, so let's say you're a terrible sales guy. Nah, I'm not gonna use you as an example. You can just tell he's a good sales guy. He's a wizard. Hold on, man. Let's say I'm a terrible sales guy. I'm gonna be the terrible sales guy. So let's say I'm converting at 10% and you're converting at 30%. Okay. But you're a terrible marketer, but you're a great sales guy. You're converting at 30% and I'm converting at 10%. Okay. And I'm a great marketer. So I can get 100 leads because I can market so well, but you only can get 10. You get 10, you closing at 30%, you close 3. You close 3 deals, but I get 100 and I close at 10%.
Oh wow!
I just did 10.
Exactly.
That's why marketing always wins. Yeah. You always can do more.
Doing more. Exactly. Makes sense. Damn.
So did I win that one?
Yeah, man. I'll let you take that one too, man.
Thank you.
Boom.
No.
Look.
Gotta trademark it.
Cool, man. But no, man. So marketing. Now let's talk a little bit about marketing. You know, let's get into it a little bit, right? Nitty-gritties. So in marketing, right? What is the most effective form of marketing? Let's start with that.
I think paid ads.
Paid ads is the most
paid
effective
ads.
form of marketing.
Cheapest content.
Okay.
Like if you create content, I think that is definitely a form of marketing. It's the cheapest. You can put your camera in front of you and you can say some words and promote your business. People got to know what you are and what you sell.
Okay.
Because I don't care if you had the greatest product in the world, dude. I genuinely think entrepreneurs will save the world. 100%. If there's a problem and an entrepreneur, and especially in America, because it's capitalism, if they realize they can make some money off saving the fucking world at the same time and doing it, they will 100% do it. So if there's a big problem, and the person that's gonna find the cure for cancer, if it already isn't one, don't mean to come as doing me bad, guys, but that person's probably gonna be an entrepreneur. 100%. They're gonna have an entrepreneur mindset. Ain't afraid to try things. Ain't afraid to take risks. Ain't afraid to do the trials. Ain't afraid to do everything. So I think entrepreneurs are gonna save the world. So yeah,
makes sense. Awesome. No, man, and you're definitely right about that. And then in terms of conversions, would you say that they have the highest conversion rates as well? That kind of content, paid ads.
I think paid ads. But like as we were saying earlier, so it's a tree.
Yeah.
So I think you can expand on your conversion rates if you post content, because trust is at an all-time low right now because we got short attention spans and the average person sees so many ads a day. And you got so many TikToks, like you get the doom scrolling or whatever the case may be. But let's say you go and watch this video for 40 minutes. They actually sit down and watch this whole podcast from us, and then they see another video you doing another podcast. Then they see one of your ads. They're 9 times out of 10 to trust you way more than just seeing 10 of your reels for 30 seconds. So I think all of it goes hand in hand. So now when you want to sell them something, it's like, hey, dude, now I trust you because I've seen you so much. Like a guy's probably watching this right now on the toilet.
Yeah.
You know, or laying in the bed, or smoking a cigarette or doing crack. I don't know what they're doing right now. They're probably doing something, but it's like you're with them if I'm literally sitting on my couch, I watch a reel, it's only 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If I'm watching your podcast for 40 minutes, I'm taking a shit.
Yeah.
I'm eating, listening to you. So, hey, you taking me out on a date.
Yeah.
So now you're trusting me way more than just watching 10 of my 30-second reels.
So content-wise, you're building more credibility with the business, essentially,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And what have you found to be the most effective strategy in terms of, building a social media page for businesses, Because now there's all these businesses, even after COVID, businesses shut down because they didn't have any kind of social media page.
Yeah.
The amount of businesses that I saw down in Southwest Alief, Texas, there was businesses shutting down right and left because they weren't getting no traffic,
Yeah.
And in COVID too, they didn't have that portal where they can do the Uber Eats, the deliveries, for example, right?
Yeah.
They didn't want to adapt to the new kind of way. So, what's your advice to businesses in general, right? Businesses of how to get content and who they should hire to kind of run their social media.
I've been to a lot of videographers.
Okay.
I say, so if we're talking about who you should hire, guys, every videographer, because they're good at sales. Everybody's good at sales, so they're going to lie. They know exactly how to lie, and they know exactly what to say. Marketers, too. They know exactly what to say to get the sale done.
Yeah.
That's all sales is, right? But with videographers, what I noticed is deadlines. It's really hard. Like, if a videographer is really good at hitting his deadlines, dude, I don't care if the content... I try to be a man of my word. So if I say I'm going to post 3 times a week on my Instagram, but my content, unless my videographers is late sending the content, I seem like I'm a liar.
Yeah.
So let's say if he sent me something that's 80% of the way done, but he's hitting his deadlines, I would respect that more than somebody sending me 100% and they're missing their deadlines every time. That's just me.
Exactly, because and then the consistency of it is the main point, is to just kind of get consistent content going. That's the main thing.
So that's for the hiring part. And I know you asked the other one, like, what should they do? You guys should definitely do content.
Yeah.
Like 100% do content. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. Dude, I would have done that literally a year, 2 years earlier.
Yeah.
just because, dude, if you do content, guess what? You do it long enough, you're gonna get good at it.
Yeah.
And that's the case. You're gonna suck at it at first. If you went on my page and watched any of my old videos, you're gonna be like, what the heck is this guy doing? You see the quality of the videos and you see all that. Now you see that, hey, now he's shooting it on a higher quality camera, well lit background, and he know how to set up his lighting. Just because over the years that I've been doing content, I've amassed things, let's say that.
Wow. Awesome, man. And then in terms of your business right now, man, have you had, I always ask this question to everybody, man, that was always some crazy story. Have you ever had a crazy story with one of your clients that maybe you might have, or one of the businesses you might have worked for or helped out, where they asked you to do some crazy things or some crazy part in the operations had happened? Do you have a story to tell us, something interesting that happened, because I know it's different because you're like online, right? It's all like, it's basically an online business.
Exactly. So I don't really have nothing that's like crazy, but I think what I do think is crazy when a business owner hire a marketing team and then tell them what to do.
Oh man,
I think that is the craziest thing ever, because it's like, man, I'm paying you. So we get clients, I'm like, hey Courtney, let me pay you this amount of money to run my ads. Because they're paying us for the proof of concept. Hey, I have proven that I can solve this problem over and over again by using these ads, doing this, asking this. They come in, want to change up questions, ads, and hey, I want to resonate more with the brand. Guess what happens? The results change. Then guess what? They go and blame you. But you ain't want to do it my way as the business owner. You want to do it your way. So you got your results. Now if we go and redo it and we do it my way, you're going to get the same results because you're paying me for the proof of concept.
For your specialty. That's what you do. That's your specialty. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
No, makes sense.
So that's because I'm a marketing agency, so I think that's the craziest thing to have. Like, you get clients that want to charge back. That's the thing. You
man.
get those
They're saying, okay, man. No, makes sense. And that's the thing. Like, you're always gonna have those kinds of people, of course, right? Like, you're always gonna have the people that are kind of try to take you down,
And they only charge back though, or they want to like. And this is really important because I heard Alex Moses say this, dude, and that kind of switched my whole ideology on the business, because a lot of people start their ads off and they run guarantees and do all this. Only way somebody feel like they scammed you if you gave them a crazy guarantee and they didn't hit that guarantee. So we don't give guarantees because you'll feel like you've been scammed because, hey, I guarantee you're gonna make 6 figures in the first month because you had one client out of 100 clients to make 6 figures in 1 month. That's easy to get a sale. But if I don't make 100 grand, even if I made 10 grand, 20 grand, I still would feel scammed. Because you made a promise that you didn't deliver on. So now we don't even do no promises at all.
Wow.
So
under promise and over deliver.
Exactly.
Right. That's the thing, man. I love it. And so, my next question is, man, let's say that, God forbid this happens, but you had lost it all, right? Do you have faith that you can make it back? And if so, what would you do?
Ooh, good question. This guy's a good. Man, you're really good at it. If I lost it all, 100% I'll make it back. What would I do? Like, I lost like all my content and everything.
But
like,
you still, you lost content, everything. Yeah. Let's just say you lost all your knowledge too. Yeah.
Ooh, sales. I would go and be on the sales team. Like I was saying earlier, I would be on the sales team, and I was chatting with this gentleman. He's like, man, Courtney, if you were in my position, what would you do? You can make 6 figures here. But you're making good money. You can make 6 figures a year. Like, I make 6 figures a year. I mean, I make 6 figures a year here. Dang, I feel like the tongue twister right there.
It's okay.
But you making 6 figures a month. And I'm like, you know what I would do? I set a number on it. So I'll say, I'm not going to leave this job until I have X, Y, Z in my bank account. So let's say if that number for you is 100 grand. Don't leave it, because I would rather you go 100% in there instead of you go 50% here, 50% on your business. Go 100% in there, set that number for you. When you get close to it, let the owner of the company know, like, hey, I'm close to my number. I'm going to be leaving pretty soon. And then once you hit your number, just quit and don't look back and just fucking do it all. Go to balls to wall. So I would be on the sales team. I wouldn't go work a job because I'm going to need money for ads, right? I'm going to need money for ads. So I just go work on the sales team and work my way back up.
Nice. I love it, man. I love it. And, that's good that you have conviction and confidence. Man, you're not worried about it at all, man. It's easy. It's easy. And that's the thing, man. Once you kind of gained all the experience and knowledge that you have, you're like, you almost come like furious, like we say, the HighLine Executives tagline is attack and conquer. Attack and conquer everything, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Attack and conquer. Now that you're kind of operating a business, what are the kind of goals? Some of the kind of goals that you have personally as an individual to develop your character, mentality, and mindset to kind of move forward.
Right now, develop my character, my mindset. So if you were to go watch some of my videos, I'm this big. Let's say I cuss a lot. I slur my words because it's Southern. So I used to talk like this, y'all. How y'all feeling?
Yeah,
how you feeling today? But
all
you know.
good,
So I used to talk real Southern. So now I'm trying to change my pronunciations on my words. And I'm just trying to read more just so I can just seem just higher level. Yeah. That's one. And two, I'm just trying to fucking get in the best shape of my life this year. Like that's like the best shape of my life. So I got this challenge going on with one of my team members. We're just saying every week we got to try to beat each other in calories on the treadmill. So right now I hope like. In 2 hours, I burnt 2,000 calories on the treadmill. Ooh, so now he's finna go and try to burn 2,500, and I'm going to burn 3,000. So we're doing that to see who quit first. And he swear he's not going to quit, but I'm going to make him quit.
I love that.
So, like, that's what I'm doing to develop my character, I guess, because I try to be a man of my word. So if I tell myself I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking try to do it. If I can't do it, I'm going to try everything I can to fucking do it. Yeah, exactly. So I don't tell people, like, when I said this podcast, I could have easily said, hey, man, my flight got delayed. I missed my flight. I'm going home. I'm fucking tired. My neck is killing me right now. Yeah. But I told you I was going to be here. Yeah. So it was like, I'm going to be running late, but fuck, dude, I'm trying my best to fucking get there. And dude, you should have seen me in there, man.
I was whipping it up.
I was going crazy, to get here.
Oh, man, dude, respect. And man, it's like, I respect that for you, you know. I respect you for that, you know.
Yes, sir.
And we need more people like that in this world, you know, because a lot of people in this world now are kind of like falling off track, starting to become a little scammy, you know, starting to just kind of snake people and take advantage of people. And you know, the concept that we try to push is that you want to build your good karmic debt, right? Everybody has karmic debt. You did that good thing for me today. So now one of your clients are going to do it to you in the future when you really need it, right? It's going to come back to you. Yep. So it's like we try to focus on pushing good karmic debt. But, you know, if you're looking for bad, you're like, you know what? Nah, fuck that. You know, I'm out of here, you know? Yeah. You know, that can eventually stack up points with you, and eventually it'll come back to you, you know? Yeah. So like the fact that you're building intentions, try to have good intentions and try to do good things for every single person is one of the most important things, right? Yeah. And now in terms of now we talked a little bit about mentality, talked a little bit about business, a little bit about ads. What do you do for fun? What are some of the things that you do for fun, man? I know you like to do a whole lot of things that I like to do too, man. Go shooting shit, man. Yes, sir. Out there in the farms and stuff, you know, so.
Yep. So, man, what I like to do for fun as of right now, I like to get myself in danger.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, dude. Yeah. I like to say, I tell everybody, I like to live life as close to death as possible because it just make it more enjoyable. I love it. So like what I'm doing for fun right now, like I'll just go bull riding, steer wrestling. We just went UTV and out in Arizona, so that was kind of cool. Climbed up some mountains and just had a good time doing that. At the gun range, smoke stogies, drank some nice bourbon. Yeah, that's all I do now.
Nice, man. I love it. Yeah. And see, that's the ultimate goal though, because you've built kind of what you've done all the work, you've done all the hard work to where you can kind of, you know, buy yourself that time and freedom. You know, would you say that's the ultimate goal for every entrepreneur is freedom?
I don't think for Elon Musk.
No, I know.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos, like they got the freedom. Yeah. I think it's more of I think entrepreneurship is a cult. So if I'm telling you like, hey, dude, that everybody's a select few amount of people that's in this world that think like you, 1%. So if the definition of a cult is like, hey, you're just an outlier. So we just look at it that way. I think entrepreneurs are like fucking outliers, and I think they're the outliers of the outliers because they can literally just snap their finger right now and pull out all their stock and everything and just go and be free. But they will be bored. They will be lonely. Like and like it's just they need something. It's not fulfilling for them. So I think with entrepreneurs like that, their goal isn't freedom. I don't think I can retire. Like if you ask me like, hey Courtney, could you retire? Dude, I gotta do something. Yeah. I gotta have my hand in something. So even when I'm 60 years, and I hear stories all the time when guys have like, hey, I sold my company for $100 million, went on vacation, I was depressed, and they want to start another company and made another $100 million. Yeah. Just because it's like a guy and gal have to want. They gotta chase after something. Something gotta be the chase.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. You know, that's the kind of thing that we need to have nowadays, man. Is that we need to have that drive. You know, that drive is not there anymore for a lot of people. You know. Now let's talk a little bit about society. You know, this is controversial. You know, I kind of wanted to get into it, but hey, look.
Okay, let's do it,
man. So one thing, man. men are not being men anymore, right? There's a problem right now where we have, like, for example, I just came back from a trip from California, man, and I took a walk down the road, man, and like within seconds, I just see a whole lot of just weird shit happening, man.
I try to stay out of California.
Yeah,
I try to stay out of there. Yeah.
Like it is bad. Like right and left, it is bad, right? I go to the park, try to play some ball, and like, dude, it's not even dudes playing there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, bro, like I want to play with some, like, I just wanted some competition. You know? Like, fuck, man. Yeah. But with that being said, tell me a little bit about, what we can do to kind of keep ourselves, on the right track, because if we start falling down those rabbit holes, right?
I think as far as men,
I
think getting more shit.
Yeah.
I like me personally, I think they should be in most stuff. Like 80% of guys have never been in a fist fight. 80% across the whole entire world.
Yeah.
I think somebody, like, you have never been punched in your face as hard as somebody possibly. Like if someone was to go and clock you and punch you in your face as hard as they possibly can.
Yeah.
So go spar a little bit.
Yeah.
Just go do BJJ. And I think you'll see exactly, like, some people don't like guns. For everybody that don't like guns, there's a quote. If you don't like a gun, and because you never shot, that means you never shot one.
Yeah.
Because you never felt the power behind it and how much power you hold in your hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the same thing with fighting. If you never sparred no one and see that you actually can beat somebody up, because some of these guys like, hey, I'm tough, I could beat someone up, and then you see them going to those boxing rings and get beat up by a guy that's way smaller than them.
Exactly.
Because fighters can fight fighters, but non-fighters, like, hey, you can go in the street and you just a big guy and you kind of just be grunt and just use anger. You probably beat some little dudes up or beat some guys up your age, but now we're talking, you get in there with a real fighter. Dude, I didn't got humbled, like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I got this trainer and I was training with him for a year. His name's Sonny. Dude, I was talking shit. Like, I'm a shit talker.
Yeah.
When I'm talking shit, I'm a shit talker.
You're like,
I'm like, dude, I can take you. You 180. I'm 200. At the time, I was like 220 pounds. So I would beat you up. Yeah. And I was like, dude, you only 180. I got in the ring with this guy. I think I probably hit him 10 times.
Oh, my God.
Dude, and I wish I would have recorded the video because he just laid it on me. He was bing, 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 bing. But he wasn't doing it, and he probably could have did it worse because he was training me. He knew I was a shit talker, and I was just laughing. Dude, he punched me in the face, and I'm just laughing. I'm like, all right, this is a different level of fighting. But then you're going to see the difference between amateur, pro, and non-fighters. So you see the difference. So it's like, hey, I'm not a non-fighter. I'm not a fucking, like, I'm somewhat an amateur, but this guy's like on a fucking pro scale. Yeah. And he was just beating my ass. Yeah. And same thing that happened when I did BJJ. Yeah. Talking shit to my third time black belt. Dude,
they'll take you down to the ground right away, baby.
Dude, and he was fucking me up. I was talking hella shit to him, but I submitted him one time.
Yeah, you did.
Dude, I was happy. I was livid. Yeah. And he just swept the floor with me. Like, he kind of turned it up a notch.
Oh shit.
Dude, he just bodied me. Boom. And then he'll choke me out, but I tap. He'll choke me for 2 more seconds and then let me go. Like, he's like, you think you slick, motherfucker?
Yeah. So pull out them tricks. Yeah.
I think I think some guys should need to
get into something that basically is going to challenge yourself in a way.
Get punched in the face, dude.
Get punched in the face.
Don't go start random fights, but do it legitimately. Like go into an MMA gym and just fight. Like 100%. I think you need to get punched in the face, and it teaches you discipline. And the guys that are in like those MMA gyms. You would not see them starting to fight because it teaches them calmness too. Yeah. Because it knows, dude, I know I can fuck you up. It kind of does a lot of, like, it kind of changes you a lot, dude. Yeah. I don't want to argue with nobody. Yeah. I just want to love everybody because I don't know what you're really capable of.
Exactly.
The guy was 180 pounds. If you saw this guy, Sonny, I'm talking about, look like the fucking sweetest dude you ever seen and stuff like that. But dude, I'm telling you, when he was in that ring and fucking me up, I was like, I don't want to talk shit to him like this. And imagine you with your girlfriend acting hard.
Oh man,
you know what I mean? You with your lady acting hard and some 180 pound guy and you 220 just beat your ass like that.
Yeah, humble real quick.
Yeah,
man.
That's why I don't even start shit with nobody. Yeah, I beat your ass. Yeah, you would.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
You got it. Yeah, I got it, man. Cool. So essentially what the advice is here is that we need to start pushing ourselves to do things that challenge ourselves and our mindsets essentially, right?
Yeah.
And it also opens more capabilities, I have that same mindset, in business,
Okay.
Where it's like everything you do, attack and conquer. HighLine executives, attack and conquer everything you do in business, because if you're going to fail and if it's not going to work out, you better find out sooner than later, right? Exactly, right. That's the mentality, right?
I love that mentality because that's my mentality. I tell a lot of people, if I was to go out, if somebody had to kill me, I'd rather get shot in the head than get stabbed 10,000 times.
Damn.
Just because I want to go out, I'll go out. I just want to go out fast. I don't want to try to delay the process. Don't stab me one time, come back later, stab me again, and then stab me again.
Exactly.
I just want to take me out, one to the head.
Take you out. Exactly.
I don't know if this is going to be on YouTube.
No,
they're going to censor this.
We're going to have to censor this.
Yeah. They're going to censor this.
Real quick. Okay, cool. Cool. And then just to kind of close out here, is there any last words of advice that you have for people that are kind of, that maybe look up to you as like a mentor, you know, and that kind of want to take after you and, you know, kind of do what you do?
You got to be batshit crazy. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I probably haven't slept good in a long fucking time. Like really good sleep in a long time. Because when you're the top, you get all the bad problems. So if it's a problem, right now you got to go to the owner. By the time it gets to you, that means it went through certain channels. And if it gets to you, it's the worst of the worst. You're talking about getting threatened to get sued, or you're talking about like the bad shit. That's when it gets to you. So you're not gonna get any sleep, but I think it's fucking worth it. Like I've traveled a lot, and I somewhat have the freedom that I want, but you're never gonna be your own boss. I think a lot of people get that whole misconception. That's one thing I do want you to remember, guys. You're quitting a 9 to 5 to go and work a 9 to 9, 24 hours because you have to be available just to say you're gonna be your own boss. You're not your own boss. You never will be, because you get clients, they're your boss, because they can fire you. They say, hey, I no longer want to work with you. I no longer want your services. They can fire you. You get employees, they can quit on you. They can fire you. You have more bosses. So you're leaving one boss in an 8-hour shift for a 24-hour shift, and 10, 20, and like me, 150 bosses. So just keep that in mind.
Exactly, man. And that's the thing. Last thing, the cycle of placing yourself in the position where you have, basically, the more employees you have, the more money you're going to make. Yeah. But also the more responsibilities you're going to have, you know? So responsibilities only get harder and harder. And you have to just worry about more, like you said, harder problems, you know, bigger things, bigger problems. But at the end of the day, right, it is the ultimate goal, because essentially you're giving back to this world. You know, you're creating jobs, you're creating opportunities, you're creating, you know, you're helping people make money, you know? So
it's worth it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
This is why I like saying it like this. Instead of the angle of me trying to sell people on entrepreneurship, I want people to look at it and say, that sounds fucking crazy. I want some. Yeah. Because those are the guys that are going to stay in the game long. Yeah. Because I can tell these guys, like, hey, guys, you're going to make $1 million if you keep going at it. That's cool. But I'm going to tell you, dude, you're not going to sleep. You're not, you know, you're going to have so much responsibility. And then some guy like, I can do that. All right. Then that guy's going to be like, dude, this is what I want. So it'll kind of resonate with those people. Exactly. You know, the real entrepreneurs that need to keep pushing.
You're definitely a marketer, man. I'll tell you that. There you go, man. You got me there. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the podcast, guys. We have a bunch of things coming up. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you're following the Instagram at HL Executives, and make sure to follow my personal at Ubedi100. You want to shout out your socials real quick as well?
Courtney Scott Official. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Courtney Scott Official. Courtney SCOTT. Black guy cowboy hack. They call me the Black Cowboy Marketer.
There you go. They call me the Brown Boy Cowboy, man. I like that.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right, geez. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.
Give you all when you're dancing on me. I wanna see if you can give me some more.